All right, guys, if you're familiar with the channel, then you know last year I did a Wildest Moments of Smash Bros 2022. I thought it was such a funny concept, I decided to bring it back. There are some things that you need to know about this, okay? Mainly, I'm just thinking it's just a way to show the humorous side of things that at the time were a little just awkward and cringe that we kind of laugh at right now. Now, I will tell you right now, I know you're gonna maybe smell something's a little off. I did omit Waddy from this list just for reasons that you can all probably like understand, but enjoy the list and tell me what your moments are if they didn't make the cut. But without further ado, you guessed it, Yez. Now, everyone knows that low tier heroes, they're kind of the backbone of the community, right? Everybody loves a good low tier story, and Ike, maybe not the lowest of tiers, but definitely not somebody you expect to win a lot of tournaments. And Yez, for the longest time, was making this character feel viable. And then all of a sudden, I'll keep this short, I'm taking a break from Smash Ultimate competitive in order to focus on my future career goals. Japanese and Korean fluency degree. Now, what could have prompted Yez to just suddenly step away from the game? Probably because he kept trying to step the shorty over here and she wasn't really feeling it. Now, this is actually a message exchange between Yez and another person in which Yez actually says, "I noticed you have cash stuff on your Twitter. I was wondering if I paid you $50, would you hang out with me today?" Pretty insane. I mean, the conversation goes back and forth a little bit here. And, well, you can kind of see where this is going. Yez starts sending a lot of messages here. "Hey, I have good money and I want to be respectful as possible." You know what I'm saying? She's like, "I don't know, I've never done this before. It's a little spooky." Basically saying like, "Hey man, I need you to back off." Yez, being the consistent little mid-tier, low-tier main that he is, would continue to throw out his advances here. "No worries, I'm grabbing food, then I'm bringing it back with me. Heading back to the hotel now. Holiday Inn Ontario, room 3. Oh my goodness," he said, "don't let the ops find this, man. Sent you 150. He did everything he could. But unfortunately, the only thing that really came out of this was more girls saying how Yez has kind of made them uncomfortable, which he did, you know, he did drop like a tweet longer. He did respond to it and just let you know like, "Hey man, the divorce is hurting me. I'm going through a lot of stuff." But at the same time, this behavior was absolutely insane. And as cringe as it is, it's pretty funny to look back at now. Number 9. Now, I couldn't make a wildest, craziest moments of 2023 without poking fun at myself. So I think you all know what this clip is. And if you don't, well, I'll play it for you and you can understand. And I'll give some context.
Yeah, for sure.
March 2017. Frame Perfect 2.
What the heck?
Do you remember that tournament? March 7th, 20.
Now the problem here was, as I would soon end up making this face, I thought that Ken had cut me in line at a McDonald's in 2017 at a tournament, Frame Perfect 2, and I allowed it to slide because I didn't think he spoke English. But in fact, the person who cut me and spoke perfect English while they ordered the food was not Ken. I believe it was Como or Kiri. Okay, this was a moment where I really had to eat some crow, had some egg on my face, but as you'll see, it has a happy resolution.
2017, you remember that tournament? Frame
2017.
I wasn't in Frame Perfect, for sure.
You weren't?
I wasn't. The tournament you had won, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't in that tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Okay, now people are gonna say, "Oh my goodness, you're saying all Asians look alike." Well, they say all black people look alike, so I guess it's just your turn. But it has a happy resolution, as I said.
Been beefing with the wrong guy for 8 years.
Hey.
What's going on right now?
A great way to end my 2023. Number 8 on this list, we're switching over from some ultimate moments to include our friends at Melee, and who other than the king of pop, or should I say the king of popping bottles in this case, Bobby Big Balls. Let's take a look at what Bobby did.
Couldn't be me, man. Hey, you know, my car's pretty old, but I ain't got no dents in this bitch. Yeah, you know the fucking vibe.
I wonder if he made that same sound when he got banned off of Twitch. Yes, Bobby. Now, I will say this. Bobby, obviously, there's no excuse for drinking and driving, but he only took like a swig of it. It was a wine, and I guess he got from 7-Eleven, but that was enough for Twitch to say, no, we're taking you down. So Bobby Big Balls actually getting banned, and it was a pretty big deal. I mean, Bobby's cultivated a nice little community for himself on Twitch. So this was surprising to a lot of people. They suggested, oh, you go to Kick and stuff like that. I don't think he ended up doing that. But at the time of this recording, I am happy to say Bobby has learned his lesson. He has been unbanned from Twitch and he's back to being that rage machine we all love. Now, number 7 is actually not any of the Negroes that you see on your screen right now. No, 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 no. It is in fact an homage, a nod, if you will, to the commentary that accompanied this. Now take a look at Zenodo. Does he look like anyone specific to you? I'm just curious. Maybe the commentators can help us out.
But really, it's a distraction.
It's actually my song.
Dude, I love Zenodo's face when he plays. He literally looks like Diddy Kong. Like he's, you know, he's like, when you're focused, bro. When you're so focused, because people tell me when I play, I look like I'm gonna kill someone. Okay. So I feel like that's the.
Well, I would definitely say she killed this commentary, and I mean that in a good way. But Supergirl Kels, you had to make my list, baby girl. I'm so sorry, but you had to make my list. Coming in at number 7, Supergirl Kels compares Zenodo, a black man, to Diddy Kong, a literal monkey in the game. It was probably the funniest moment, like personally to me, just because I could actually see it when you really look at it. But the fact that she said it and like the responses were very mixed. Like you see this comment right here, absolute insane commentary. A lot of people were laughing at it. Some people were actually getting offended, and I stand by the fact that those people were just being way too soft. She didn't mean anything by that. She's just Canadian and wholesome. She doesn't think of black people as monkeys, but I will always think of this commentary clip whenever I see Supergirl Kels. Coming in at number 6, it is probably one of the more depressing things that we're going to put on this list. It is the future of Beyond the Summit. You obviously know Beyond the Summit producing some great Melee events, some great Ultimate events. I had the pleasure of going to every single Smash Ultimate event, but they announced that they would be closing their doors back in February, which was crazy because when you think about it, we had just lost the Smash World Tour, we just lost the the Cup, and then another blow to the community was the end of Beyond the Summit, and they gave us a lot of good memories. I mean, this montage right here was just absolutely beautiful and so well put together, man. It was an absolute honor and privilege to be a part of the last Smash Summit. See my black ass right there just chilling with TK. Yeah, man, this whole montage always just brings a tear to my eye. But honestly, with such a powerhouse that they had been in the community, it was unbelievable. That's how we started the year off. And looking back now, I don't have anything to laugh about. It's really actually just quite sad. But thank you, Beyond the Summit, for all the memories. Now, making it to number 5 on our list would be Nintendo's newest guidelines, which will, of course, be affecting us in the 2024 season in some capacity. And here's like where it all kind of started. Axe tweeted out, Nintendo released some strict guidelines for tournaments without an official Nintendo license. That's extremely concerning, especially for Melee events. I'm scared for my life. Now, I didn't have quite the dramatic reaction that Axe did to it, but it was a reaction nonetheless because I understood this could definitely be a problem. I mean, when you really kind of look at some of the things that they really highlight in a lot of this, I mean, you have event caps. I mean, what kind of coin box are you going to be able to run with like your online participation is like 300 people, and then majors, forget about it, bro. 200 people? There's some locals that hit those kind of numbers, let alone a national or major. Event caps, revenue caps, just dealing with the big end in general. And I'm not talking about me. Nintendo can be very tricky. Now, I am happy to report though, at the recording, the time of recording this particular video, licenses have rolled out both in Japan and for events here in NA as well. So it seems like Nintendo really maybe just kind of doing this to more so cover their ass if something were to go down. I don't really know, but either way, it definitely impacted Twitter for just weeks and Reddit, like all kinds of things. So much speculation was going on, but at least we know now the licenses seem a little bit easier to obtain. So hopefully 2024 will bode well for the community. Number 4 on this list, well, I'll just let Meister do the talking. You see that? Did you see what he just did there? Gets the W, points at him, you're so effing bad, okay? Says that to Syrup, 16 by the way. Says that to Syrup. Now to give some context to this, Meister just won a very intense game number 5. He's down like 2 stocks. I mean, I think this was to qualify for top 8. So I understand emotions were running high and a lot of people just generally just hate Steve. So Meister just, well, he just kind of put that out there and let him know that's how he felt. And then on top of that, Meister was like, you know what? I'm gonna stand on business real quick. Made it the top 8 losers, talked my shit, made the comeback and made the losers run. Also, if you don't like what I'm doing, or talking shit in person instead of online like a little bitch, feel free to unfollow me right now. This is who I am. I told y'all months ago, deal with it. For now, losers top 8. That's right, boys, stand on business for all of about 3 or 4 hours because he would make this retraction tweet not too long the same day. He was getting a lot of flack from people. They were like, why are you talking to this kid like this? What's wrong with you? It's not that serious. Even his Syrup's mom made a Twitter account and ethered him. I couldn't find the tweet because I think she deleted the tweet along with her whole account, but just ethered this man. It was bad to the point where Meister was just like, all right, let me just go ahead and just retract that statement. Let me just apologize. And I want to clarify, I don't really feel any of that. And I really feel bad for what I said. I'm ashamed of myself, which I think is perfectly acceptable. People make mistakes. They, the heat of the moment, but that villain arc, that was very short-lived. We have now entered our top 3, and who else could it be than anyone but my boy MK Leo. However, there's a reason he's made top 3, because much like this wildest list, what happened with Leo has been pretty wild. He opened the year off by winning Genesis 9. Big win, Mr. Genesis himself. Since then, he has had a myriad of very disappointing placements from 13th to 17th. Multiple 17th, multiple 13th. Like it's just not the Leo we're accustomed to seeing. He's taking losses to people that this is not my GOAT. This is not my GOAT. Okay, and a lot of people feel that way, and they can't figure out what went wrong with Leo. Now he's issued several statements like, "Look, man, I just got other things I'm focusing on in life. I still love playing Smash, but it's not my #1 priority," which I fully agree with. I fully respect. But at the same time, you can't ignore the fact that somebody who was dominant for just years upon years through multiple Smash titles falling off in not the biggest capacity, but a very noticeable one. I mean, Leo is 17th, not once, not twice, but 3 times even. It's just not something we're accustomed to seeing. Now, I would say with that, Watch the Throne, which was only about a month ago, did give me some hope that the GOAT will indeed be back. The Joker was looking primed and ready. He's been working on the Rob. So I think 2024 will be a big comeback year for Leo, for the standards that we are accustomed to seeing. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to result in him winning another Genesis, despite him having the most Genesis titles of all time. But needless to say, I do have some hope that my GOAT will return to form, and we will not see him on this list for 2024. Oh, get him, Leo. Get him, Leo! Number 2 on the list. Did you have it? There's no way you didn't. The thumbnail might even gave it away. Number 2 on the list is our friend Hungrybox. Inadvertently, by the way, makes it to this list. Now, Hungrybox, he runs the Coin Box, which is for Smash titles. He runs Slime Box for Nickelodeon. And now he was doing the Street Fighter box because Street Fighter 6 came out as a celebration, a different game, a different vibe. However, there was something else that was a little different too. How about the pronouns here that popped up on screen? Punk playing against some guy named X Spoon. Negro nigga were his pronouns that were put up. Now, this was crazy because, as soon as people noticed it, they just started laughing. I know I was laughing, okay? I thought it was absolutely hilarious. The black man's pronouns are Negro nigga. I've been trying to get that Star GG to accept that for me in tournaments for years on commentary, and the production will never do it. It's ridiculous. But here on HBox's stream, it was able to happen. Like I said, I thought it was funny. HBox clearly thought it was funny, but did Punk?
I don't give a fuck about no Hungrybox, my nigga. That nigga does nothing for me. He don't pay my bills. He don't suck my dick. He don't do shit for me, bro. So you weird ass Smash niggas with y'all weird shit, get the fuck out my stream, nigga.
Well, he definitely gave a fuck about this situation because Punk would go on quite the rant. Now, eventually, I think they did end up patching things up, and it was some sort of clerical error or just tech error in general that happened here. But nonetheless, this was one of the most hilarious moments, wildest moments, and memorable moments of 2023. I still just laugh about that. I remember he was doing an intro at a tournament, and they put out Punk, Punk the God or whatever, his sponsor. I was like, they should have put nigga there just for the culture. It would have been hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to number 1 on this year's wildest and craziest moments of Smash 2023. Did you guess it? Did you guess it? Well, let me show it to you. It's Dark freaking Wizzy. Not for his sensational Mario gameplay, no, but for these burner account tweets that ended up getting exposed. And they were easily some of the wildest things I've ever met. Now, I've told people forever, I understand the Steve hate, I get it. He's a very frustrating character, Apparently Dark Wizzy decided to take it to another level on his burner account. Let's read some of these tweets. I don't know if any of y'all just watched that, but Akola is not good at this effing game. I genuinely hope every Steve player is effing burned. Holy effing shit, this character is for losers. Oh, a very passionate rant there. Actually, such a pathetic player base. Literally, none of them are good. I did not fist bump after that garbage. I just sat through and fought, and then I left. F this game and F Steve players. Holy effing shit. Good Lord, Wizzy, calm it down. After losing to Double Steve today, I suddenly remembered me and Michael Myers go way back. He can handle my problems in a different way. It just went on and on and on. And now granted, some of these tweets were even from 2022, but they were some of them from this year as well, and they were brought into the light this year. That's why this makes the list, and it had to be at number 1. I mean, Dark Wizzy, somebody who just promotes positivity and all kinds of just harmonic, let's hold hands and, you know, other things and be positive, just going on an absolute just tirade on his burner account, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, effing garbage player right here as he just takes the L, I think, to Akola right there. So, hey, I get it, you know. Well, no, I don't get it. Nigga, you crazy. But to an extent, I see where the rage came from. But that'll do it, man. That is our list. That is the top 10, EE's top 10 wildest and craziest moments of Smash Bros. 2023. I know some of you are probably gonna be like, oh, you know, this didn't make the list, that didn't make the list. I know. You know, somebody who I actually thought about putting on the list was the Shizwiz, but I didn't really want to give too much credence to the fact that he, you know, was being homophobic and transphobic, and we don't tolerate that kind of stuff. It's not cool. But I think I will let him at the very least take us out of this video.
Only whores wear makeup.
Well, damn. Only real ones subscribe. So you know the vibes, bro. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.